Hey guys, Marsegan here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be looking at the newly released Super Strike Tien with his EZA, and talking a little bit about what's been going on with some of these units. As you can see, mine isn't link leveled. Sometimes I'll link level units before they get their awakenings, but the Super Strike units, they not only normally get the one extra link, but some of their previous links change as well. I think the last one I did was Trunks, and I think he ended up with like 3 different links, so I don't pre-link level these guys anymore. But we're going to have a look at this Tien, talk about him and just the Super Strike revamps in general. So he has an AGL types lead for 3 key 77%, could be good free-to-play option for like Battlefield or something. His super attack, the Dodon Ray Extreme, raises defense for 1 turn, does supreme damage to the enemy and lowers attack. And then his passive, Key +2, attack and defense 70%. He gets an additional attack and defense 50% and chance of performing a critical hit 7% per Earth-bred fighters with warriors raised on Earth. Category ally attacking in the same turn. Then he gets an additional 50% attack when there's 1 enemy. 50% defense when there's 2 or more enemies. Medium chance to stun all enemies. That's like the Jiren or the Hearts effect, where it can just go off at the start of the turn. And then he gets an additional attack, defense, and chance to crit 30% when the target enemy is stunned. So, you can kind of tell from reading his passive, right, that he definitely would be useful in Super Battle Road, because if you get that stun go off at the start of the turn, then obviously he's going to get those extra buffs, and of course, you know, having the entire enemy field stunned on Super Battle Road at the start of the turn is definitely very good. Look at that, dodging the super attack straight away. Okay. So the animation, not anything too crazy, is a little bit nicer than just the very basic, like the pre-awakened one. And I've got the Super Strike Pycon here. I mean, solely because of the fact that when we look at this Tien's links, yeah, he is down bad for good link partners, let's put it that way. So, units that share 4 links with him: LR Hercule, Super Strike Trunks, who isn't on, I think, any of his teams, and then the unawakened LR Hercule and unawakened Super Strike Trunks. And that's 4 links. That's the highest he's got in terms of link partners. So, pretty shocking. Let's see. I guess I don't really want either of these Piccolos to take the super attack, but I don't really want to put them in slot 1 either, but I guess we will do that. So the reason for the wonky team, and kind of the main issue that I wanted to get into talking about on this video, is the fact that the release order, or like the release schedule on Global, has screwed this guy over so badly, because he released during part 2 of the Yamcha celebration on JP, which is when Carnival Goku came out, STR Carnival Goku, on JP. And this Tien, his categories, he's on Worthy Rivals, which is the team that we're running now on Global, Earthlings, Bond of Friendship, and then Warriors Raised on Earth. So Yamcha's leader skill, we'll just make sure I've got it right here because I've got the page up, is Warriors Raised on Earth or Saiyan Saga, 170, and then an additional 30% to Earthlings or Turtle School. So that means that this Tien and the STR Carnival Goku get a 200% leader skill from Dokkan Fest Yamcha, but they don't have a 200% leader on Global right now. And obviously, Warriors Raised on Earth, like some of these other units, when we drop down to like 3 links or 4 links, like so a lot of the other Earthlings and like Z Fighters and stuff are on those categories. Look at this, he shares no links with the STR Piccolo. That is very unfortunate. So what is he at? 126k start of turn. Now, admittedly, looking at his passive, right, he has the extra attack and defense 50% and crit chance if there are warriors bred on Earth allies attacking in the same turn. So on this turn we have a Piccolo, so we have 1 part of that active. So we would be getting an extra 50% attack and defense if there was another warriors bred on Earth character in slot 3. But then again, this comes back to the problem of the problem that this unit is currently facing. There we go. Get my words out, on Global, because he just doesn't have the team, right? Like on Dokkan Fest Yamcha's team, he's going to have his full passive active every turn, because the way you would build the team is just to have, you know, enough warriors bred on Earth, still such a bad translated name, on the team, so that this Tien, even if you're using him as a slot 3 floater, for example, is going to have his full passive active every turn. So these Super Strikes, they seem to be very hit or miss. Like, I mean, we've got Pycon on the team, who I wasn't, like, super impressed with when he came out. STR Trunks is pretty good. Android 16 can be really good on the right like team setup. But yeah, they've been very hit or miss with these Super Strike revamps. And one of the things that I've talked about quite a lot recently is a lot of the time, because you guys know me, I know a lot of you guys like this aspect of my content and my opinions on the game. I'm a very glass half full kind of person when it comes to looking at what units do and, you know, rating their abilities and stuff like that. And one of the things that I very often say is we'll look at a unit's kit and we'll say, oh, you know, this unit, they might not be great in the red zone, but they have some abilities that would actually make them really useful in Super Battle Road, which is something I would say about this Tien. However, because he's on, what, 4 categories, like, all of these Super Battle Road stages have either come out already or are not out yet. Like, there is no Warriors Raised on Earth Super Battle Road. I'm pretty sure there isn't a Bond of Friendship one yet. I'd have to double check, but I don't think so. Earthlings, I think we've had the normal one. I don't know if the ESBR one has come out. So this is kind of the problem, right? Is he has a kit that is kind of well suited for being used on some of these teams in like some of these Super Battle Road stages, but all of those stages you've probably either done already or don't exist yet. So it just puts him in a very weird spot. Like, to do an overall sort of rating of this unit, like on this turn we're going to have his full passive active, and we've got the support from STR Piccolo. He only has 132k defense. And remember, he's going to raise defense for 1 turn on super, so that gives him, what, 30%? So he's going to be at about 180k, which is just not good. Also, I should have paid more attention to the fact that we're eating a super attack from Gohan in the middle, because I needed to do the rotation like this because we have 2 Piccolos. So I'll go ahead and use the item here. We don't die, right? We actually might. I don't know. How hard is this Gohan going to hit me? If we die, then we just die, and then I'm just going to end it there. Because this Tien, like, this is the problem, right? These units come out, especially free-to-play units. It must be very frustrating for free-to-play players, because these Super Strike units, if they made them all the same level of quality, they made them all actually somewhat good, then these units could be good options on teams. Him getting the double super here is really good because we get the extra defense raise. So he does at least now have about 200k defense. But I feel like this super attack is probably still going to do a lot of damage. But yeah, these units being like mid is just very disappointing, right? Yeah, okay. Eat the super dodge the normal. All right, the meme continues to live on forever. So yeah, it's weird that this guy came out. This is the biggest problem with the global schedule. And I've said this, you know, you guys know I'm like a broken record at this point. I want the games to sync and everything to just come out at the same time on both versions, because then we wouldn't ever have to deal with this stuff, like these kind of problems anymore. Because as I've said at the beginning, this Tien and the Carnival Goku to a certain extent, but we've seen in the showcases that I've done so far, I've got a Broly one coming up today, in which he also does very well. He does very well under a 170 lead, but due to the changing of the schedule and the release order, he has released, just like this Tien, without a 200% leader on global, apart from his own, but his own team kind of sucks. So these units have been directly hurt by the global release schedule. Now, when we're talking about Tien, a 200% leader skill is not going to save him. Like, it's not going to suddenly make him, oh, okay, now he's actually the best, like, of all the Super Strike units. Look how good he is. But it is just disappointing because Yamcha's team, you obviously want to be running some of these, like, Z Fighters, and, you know, he could be very effective, especially, again, in Super Battle Road. But, so, we're fighting multiple enemies. It's the whole reason why I did the Cell games, Infinite Dragon Ball History. So he's getting an additional 50% defense instead of the additional 50% attack. But unfortunately, and again it comes back to why Super Battle Road kind of seems to be one of the only events that he's really designed to be good at, is that you can't stun the Cell Juniors in this event anyway. So one of his like main abilities that could make him somewhat useful to your team, you can't use in this event. So like I think it's pretty safe to say, because I've mentioned this before in free-to-play showcases, I have to be a little bit more generous to free-to-play units, because I've been scrutinised in the past for applying summonable unit standards to free-to-play units. But, I mean, to be fair, the way I look at the game is, what events are you actually playing? Like, what things are you actually doing in the game? And are those units good in those events? And if the answer is no, then to me, I don't really care if the answer is no because they're free to play. The answer is just no, they're not good. So, you know, free to play units, they obviously, a gacha game is never going to make free to play units the best units in the game because they want you to summon. But I still think it's very disappointing when these free to play units come out and they just don't have any use. Now, again, the perspective could be different if we had Yamcha and this guy was coming out with a 200% team where he had a bunch of extra like link partners and stuff, but you know, that's not the situation that we're in. So I don't really know what more to really say about this this Tien. Now, this physical Piccolo, can't wait for him to get his EZA. He's actually going to be very good. You think about how dominant Orange Piccolo still is, and then this guy's going to become like basically his best link partner. I mean, look at it. Well, we have all 7 links because the other one's not transformed, but this rotation, very, very powerful. So Orange Piccolo can tank the super from you. Who's super attacking at the end? Is it it's the physical one who is on full health. So I need to make sure he's dead, really. So we'll get Orange Piccolo to take him out. And then we'll get you to finish off you. And then, let's see. Will you be able to take you out through type advantage? Maybe if you get a crit. So you guys let me know what you think about AGL Tien. I'm not going to be surprised. I don't think anyone out there is going to say, you know, oh no, he's actually really good. I'm going to use him all the time. Because the other big problem that I should mention as well is the fact that it wasn't that long ago on Global that we got the LR Tien, the Prime Battle LR. So he is just way better. And I mean, he's not the greatest free-to-play unit. Like Prime Battle LRs, I probably wouldn't put him in... Is he in the top half, maybe? But I guess because a lot of them don't have their EZAs now, it's hard to judge, especially compared to the ones that do. But they share the same name. So if you're going to use a Tien on your team, you're going to use the LR. You're not going to use this guy. Also, the thing I find weird is, you guys can probably tell me, somebody probably knows, maybe the answer is out there somewhere and I've just never seen it. But where is this Tien supposed to be from? Because, well, like I said, his categories, Worthy Rivals, Earthlings, Bond of Friendship, Earthbred Fighters... He's not on Saiyan Saga, he's not on Majin Buu Saga, he's not on Android/Cell Saga. So where is this Tien supposed to be from? He's not on any of the category, like any of the Saga categories, which I found strange. I assumed he would at least be on the Saiyan Saga team, because then we could have run him with like the Raditz lead, and at least then we'd have had a bunch of other like supports, a bunch of Gokus who are warriors raised on Earth units to help fill out his passive. So I don't know why he's not on any of the Saga categories. Maybe somebody can let me know down below in the comment section. So that's going to be it, guys. Let me know what you think about Tien. He just gets an overall resounding, as MJF would say, mid. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.